is my big issue tonight. We have to be in the solution. We have been ranting about our junk justice system and how it doesn't protect females from predators like John Gardner. Now we have to do something about it, so these girls will not have died in vain. Listen to what Amber's family had to say.
It makes me sick. I don't understand why he was out, why he was able to do this. And I don't understand why he wasn't brought in for questioning when my daughter went missing.
California Assemblyman Pedro Nava, who is running for Attorney General, says he was inspired to take action after hearing about our Freedom from Fear campaign here on Issues in the wake of Chelsea King's murder. Assemblyman Nava, what exactly are you proposing in this new legislation, and how did this all come about?
Well, we're going to simplify the process that we have right now. In California, we have Jessica's Law, and there are many, many good provisions of it that do provide protection. But quite frankly, there's a formula that's very complicated, that takes a lot of difficulty to work through if you're going to take someone who commits a rape and imprison them for the maximum amount of time. I think California needs a one-strike law, and that is under the definition of rape, and it's pretty horrific. If you commit a rape, that's your first strike, and you get 25 years to life, and you have to wear a GPS device for the rest of your life.
Well, I think that is absolutely fantastic. And Brenda Wade, clinical psychologist, what is your reaction to this new legislation being proposed? Because we know that psychiatrists warned in 2000 that John Gardner would attack girls again. They begged the courts to give him a harsher sentence than the 5 years he got for molesting and pummeling a 13-year-old girl.
You know, I am so happy to hear this proposed law, Jane, because what we know is that people with this kind of compulsive behavior don't stop. And when you have professionals saying this person's a danger, how on earth can we justify this person being released on the street when we have professionals warning that he's not safe?
Jamie,
so I think
Louisiana.
the law will control that.
Jamie, Louisiana, your question or thought?
Well, my comment is, I think, not to take anything away from the individuals that are committing these crimes and doing these to our children and our families and our loved ones, and my deepest sympathies to these families. But I've worked in the legal field for a while, not that high up on the chain as most of your guests, but I think it's all about the way these cases are prosecuted. It's about who can get the best deal, and the district attorneys working with these the defendants' lawyers. And, I mean, I happen to know a gentleman in my state that committed millions of dollars of bank fraud, and he got a lesser sentence than this gentleman got for an horrific crime.
Jamie, thank you for that great comment. Assemblyman Nava, how would your legislation stop these ridiculous plea bargains where a guy gets out in 5 years after he pummeled, and molested a 13-year-old?
Well, we do know that people who commit these kinds of crimes, they don't get better. There's just something broken about them, and they do not improve, and they will continue to hurt other people as viciously as they did the first time. And I think there's something really wrong when you have a professional who offers a professional opinion about the nature of this person's crime, the fact that they felt no remorse, that they were practically guaranteed to commit that same kind of crime again. Prosecutors and judges should not be allowed to ignore those kinds of conclusions. And the system as it works now, there's a great deal of discretion, and in some cases it makes sense. But in victims of sexual crime cases, when you have a professional who's rendered an opinion, I think the court and the prosecutor need to be able to justify why they deviate from the recommendation.
Well, they always say because they want to spare the child from having to testify.